Yo dudes, and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you guys how to join the UGC program and make your own Roblox accessories that you can sell and possibly get that dough, if you know what I mean. So first things first, the main step that confuses everybody is, yo, cool, I can make an accessory, but how do I get it onto Roblox? How do I start selling it? Well, how do I do that? Well, first things first, guys, you need to go to this on the developer form, and when they open, at the moment it is closed, but when they open these, there will be an application that you can fill out. Now, I will say when you fill out this application, do not submit a top hat, guys, okay? Top hats are the easiest thing to make, and if they see any sort of a top hat, you pretty much get instantly declined, just because if we go into Blender real quick, all right, and we just go to mesh, cylinder, bring this up here, and then tab into edit mode, face select, we'll grab this top, cool, and then we'll inset it like so, and then extrude it, and then just like that, guys, shade smooth, we have a top hat, right? Like, anyone can do that. So this is why they pretty much don't accept any top hats. First things you need to do is just wait for this to open up, and you'll follow these steps here. I'm not gonna read it all because I feel like if you're very interested, you can click the link in the description and head on over to here. But here's all the people that have gotten it in the past with this method, and then look at this. Here's some of the examples of what they like to see. And as you can see, there's not a single top hat that will play in this whole highlight reel, guys. I'm pretty sure they actually have something saying, bro, if it's a top hat, just leave us alone. In here somewhere, guys. It's probably here, guys. Submit creative and unique ideas. We're still working toward the goal that every Roblox user has the opportunity to create and sell avatar items. In the meantime, we want to simulate that future. Okay, I'm horrible at reading. For this reason, we're currently seeking creators with distinctive items and unique ideas. If you think you have what it takes to catch our attention, show us what you got. Guys, a top hat's not unique. Anyways, now that we know how to submit these, guys, I can't go over like after you get accepted into the program because you're just not allowed to. Once you do get accepted, they'll tell you this. But just fill this form out, boom, and then now you have to make an item, guys. So let's hop on into Blender. And I know I've been saying, guys, don't make a top hat, but we're gonna try to make a cool wait, what the heck? Bro, I thought the chain was like on his neck, and then I turned and I was like, whoa. I'm gonna try to make a cool top hat. Once you get into the program, it doesn't really matter what you make. You know, I would still try to make like the coolest stuff possible. But for today, we're gonna go for like a steampunk sort of vibe for a top hat here. It'll be pretty cool. So first things first, we're gonna start with this cylinder, something like this. And then I wanna add a loop cut right here with Control and R. I'm gonna scale this up just like that. And I am gonna bevel it as well, Control B. That's just gonna make it not as harsh, and then I'll scale that out a little bit more. So something like this, guys, and then of course, shade smooth and auto smooth over here. Now with this top face, we're gonna inset this real quick, not too much though, because we want it to be like pretty big still. Something like that works for me. And then I'm gonna do Control B to bevel the top. Just gives it a nice little shape. Now what I wanna do is add 2 loop cuts in the middle, scale those in with S, and that gives a little bit cooler of a shape to this top hat. We're gonna do Control R one more time for another loop cut, and then we're gonna go to our face select mode, hold Alt, and click on one of these lines. That's gonna grab the whole circle right around it, and then I'm gonna do Alt E, extrude along face normals, and as you can see, now we have a little band on the top hat. So we have our main shape here. Now we need to start with assets that are gonna go on it and make it look cool, because a normal top hat, once again, will not get accepted. Ooh, also we could probably do something with the bottom here. Like, let me inset this like this, drag it up some, and then extrude this up. Just so it's like more of a nice shape, you know? So we'll do something like this for now. Now I want sort of a steampunk top hat. My proportions are a little off, so I just kind of adjusted that a little real quick. So with steampunk, the first thing we're gonna need, or the first couple of things, one of them sort of like a cool chimney looking thing. So for that, we're gonna use a cube. I'm gonna go over here, scale it down, make sure I'm on face select mode. I'm just gonna bring this out a little bit like that and make a weird little chimney. E and S, E, and then I to inset, and drag that down. Now, of course, this is way too big, so we will scale it down and make it fit on the hat really nice. All right, so we have some cool little chimney things on there now. I am going to do Control J to join that all together, and that will have the effects on everything. Shade smooth and auto smooth, of course. I may bevel those in a little bit, but for now, I'm going to keep them pretty straight. Up next, we need some sort of a little cog, so we're going to do Shift A, bring in a cylinder, and I'm probably going to set this to like, we'll go 8 sides, I guess. Why not? We might as well go 8. Or do we need 9? Do we need an off? We're going to try 8, guys. S and Z to scale this down on the Z axis. R90. All right, so what we're going to do now is grab this, press I to inset, I'll go something like this. I am going for like kind of a cool sort of gear thing, right? Like it's not going to be a perfect one, but we're going to do Alt-E, extrude along face normals. We should probably go with a lot more faces. This does not look too geary. Let's restart that. All right, so I'm guessing, guys, the cog, all right? It's not going to be an 8-sided thing. This is going to need to be a lot more. We're actually going to like 24. I don't want to go all the way up, but 24 should work fine for us. So S and Z, let's scale this down. Perfect, and I'm just going to move it to the side so we have a little bit easier access here. I'm going to grab both faces by holding shift and selecting them, and then I, that'll work. Click, we're going to press I again, that works, and we'll do it one more time, something around like here. So now I'm going to have these faces selected along with these, and make sure to select the same on the bottom. Perfect. Alt-E, extrude along face E, extrude along face normals, and we want to bring these in. So now we're looking something like this, looking good. We're going to grab the whole outside selection with Alt and click. If you click on a line, it grabs the whole circle. And then we're going to go up here to select right there, and then checker deselect. As you can see, now it has every other one selected. It just saves us a little bit of time here. And now I'm going to press I to inset. We're going to do it twice. There we go. Actually, let's Control Z, and I'm just going to apply all Control A and all transforms. That's going to help us out a little bit. Now, if we press I, there we go. It's just a little better. And then Alt-E, extrude along face normals, and then we will do S and Shift Z. Something kind of like that worked. I think we made the middle thing a bit too big, but it's all good, guys, because it doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. Let's go ahead and set our origin to geometry. That's going to help us move it around. We're going to shrink this way down, and now we can start kind of putting it on the hat, making it sort of a cool punk aesthetic. So let's go over here so we can kind of see what we're doing. And our hat does have a little bit of a bend in it, so try to follow that when you're adding accessories onto the hat. By no means do you guys need to make a steampunk hat or anything like that, but the idea, like the base of having your shape, whether that's a hat, some shoulder pads, whatever you want to make, and then try to follow it with your shape, definitely help you. So we'll say something like that. I'll just do Shift D, shrink those down, and now I'm gonna put some on the front, like kind of bill of the hat on the other side, just to add a bit of variation. I think that looks pretty cool. And then we can get into actually texturing them. So let's put this one maybe right here, and this one maybe leaning on the hat, something like this. And we'll rotate it just so we can get a little bit better of an angle here, and go over some. And then of course you want it to be like leaning on the hat. So something like that, guys. So here is our hat, a very, very basic hat. We're gonna do Control J. We don't want to select the dummy. We'll select our root part to here. There we go. And now that we have this, we have to get on to texturing. So of course, when you're in UGC, your texture has to be 256 by 256, and this has to top out at 1200 verts. Right now it's at 2060, which is too many. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just grab the cogs and I'm gonna decimate those. So let's grab all those with L to select linked, and now we have those by themselves. Now we can press P and selection to make them their own object. We're going to hop into our modifiers tool right here and click on decimate. This is like the easiest way to cut out vertices. If we just do 0.5, as you can see, it kind of changes geometry quite drastically, but we don't have to go all the way down to 0.5. So we'll go to 0.8, I think. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. And we're going to go ahead and apply that. And now we are at 1700. Okay, we're getting there. We can grab all the cogs and delete the backside of them. Since you can't see it on your hat, if we wanted to do that, we could go, let me turn these a little bit. R90, go onto our face select mode, and I could just grab all of the backs. Make sure you don't grab any of the side faces like that though, because that is tragic. I gotta quickly deselect all of these real fast. There we go. And now we're just gonna do X and delete faces, guys. Once we do this, it's perfect. We don't want this to be see-through, so we're gonna go on our line select mode, hold Alt, grab that circle, and press F to fill. And as you can see, well, let's just delete all of these real quick, the extra ones, and we'll replace them as the new cog, which is way more optimized. Let me go ahead and get these placed back on the hat wherever I had them. I'm honestly waiting for the comment that's going to be like, says don't make top hat, proceeds to make top hat. That will be my favorite comment, guys, okay? If you made it this far, you got to comment that. All right, so we've got this. I'm going to do Shift D, make this one a lot smaller, and we're going to drag it on over to the brim of the hat over here. Rotate this so it sits flat, and put it on the top hat right over here. Grab one more and sit it up. So something like that, guys. And now if we grab everything and join join it together. We're at 1,396, so we did cut down a bunch of them, and now we just think, what else can we cut out? If I move the hat off of the head, we don't need any of this stuff on the inside. Let's grab this and this, X, faces, and then you just go through, and whatever you don't think you would notice on the hat, you can delete. All right, so now that this is under 1,200 verts, as you can see, 1,103, we can go texture it. So we're gonna go to UV editing. You need any texture. I use color palettes all the time. I feel like they're just the best way to do it. And it has to be 256 by 256. We're gonna go into our texture thing here. Make sure our object is selected right here next to base color. Click on image texture and then open up your, mine's called Blender color palette. If we press Z, go to material preview, we can see that it is very messed up. And the easiest way for me to explain this is whatever a face lands on, for example, is where the color is gonna be. So if we grab the base hat itself, go straight on view, we can press U and project from view, just like this, and now it makes it very easy to find a color for the hat. So we can just put it all on this brown, and then we can grab this here, and let me grab the top part of that as well, this guy, there we go, and we're just gonna move this to a lighter shade of brown. Something like that looks really good. Now what we're gonna do is grab our cogs, L, L, and L. I'm just gonna do A, S, and 0, which is gonna make all of these on one stud, or like one UV dot, so we can make those sort of gray, just like that. Probably more of a gold would be, yeah, kind of golden. That's nice. And I could even go in here and add little detail if I wanted to. So grab like this face and this one on the insides of all of these cogs, just like that. And I'm gonna move their UV to more of a either darker color or a gray. I think the gray would actually fit better. It's a little too dark though. I'm gonna just go slightly darker for now. And then our little things back here, we could just grab those AS0G. We're gonna put those on gray. And if you wanted to go the extra detail, you could grab these, Control plus, and then just put them on black, just so it's a little bit different. But now we have a hat, guys. Very nice. Not the best hat, but when you get accepted into UGC, you want to take a lot more time than this, especially if you want to try to get those big sales. Add a little bevel to those. But guys, I do think that is going to wrap up the video for today. If you did enjoy and you want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.